Hello, Fish Hut friends, Joe here. Today I thought I'd talk about my yellow mbuna back there. Um, I've gotten a few comments on her. She clearly has a very sunken belly. She just, doesn't look the greatest. She's always just kind of lethargic and not super active. So I just thought that I would address it in a video. Do bear with me. It's daytime, so I of course have this awesome glare to deal with. My dog is shaking me around as usual, so bear with me here. Alright, so here's the story on her. I got her from a friend of mine who, he basically hurt his back at work and he just couldn't keep up with his tanks. He had a 150 gallon and a 60 gallon, and when he moved into his house, the 150 came with the house and it was stocked with cichlids, one of which was this yellow mbuna, and another was that giant Texas cichlid that I rehomed earlier this year. So through their normal fish keeping process, they started phasing out the cichlids. I think as they started dying off, they bought the house 7+ years ago. So this mbuna is very old right now. I don't know what average lifespan is for mbuna. I know a lot of peacocks and haps are, I guess, see 5 to 8 years. So she's basically a geriatric fish right now. But so, they phased out the cichlids, I assume, as they started dying out. And they put the Texas and this girl into their 60 gallon and then turned the 150 into just a community tank, very lightly stocked, and they just needed to dial back on what they were doing because he just couldn't keep up with the tanks with his back. So he offered the 2 fish to me. I couldn't take the Texas cichlid. I really wish I could have. It was super cool. It was at least 12 inches long and big, and another geriatric fish too. But I rehomed that fish to a local pet store, and I took the mbuna home with me. Oh, she's hiding. I don't see her right now. And when I brought her home, I treated her. I had her quarantined for a little bit. She did come with that sunken belly. But, I wasn't too concerned about it. I basically just wanted to give her, the best life that I could until she died, Like I said, she's very old. So I quarantined her. I tried putting a little weight on her, but I don't recall why I had to take her out. I feel like I took her out of quarantine a little sooner than I wanted to. She got her full dose of meds, but I didn't get a chance to fatten her up. I don't recall why. But, when I feed this tank, I do watch her. I make sure she gets food. She gets a decent amount of food. Sometimes I have to put food in on 2 ends of the tank while everybody's going crazy on the right side where I usually feed. She'll usually be off to the left, and I'll drop some in over there. Or I'll make sure some food hits the ground. Or, I just make sure she gets food. And she eats. She's active. She's not super active. She just kind of hangs out a lot of times. But she does appear to be fine. She might have sunken belly, and I don't really know much about that itself. But I figure at this point in her life, there's not a whole lot I can do about it, or really should do. She doesn't appear to be in any distress. Right now, she is a little tattered up, which usually she doesn't get picked on even. But seeing I'm treating the tank for ick, possible ick, and just in general cleaning up the tank. I've never medicated all of these fish before, so I just want to make sure they're all clean. So she's going through that. The tank is getting fed much less than normal, so everybody's eating less. The fish are getting a little nippy, but she's doing good. I'm not worried about her. I have had several people comment on her. Nothing negative, just kind of like, oh, that fish looks so thin, and somebody told me she had sunken belly. So it wasn't anything negative. It was just trying to make sure it was, make sure I realized it, basically. I didn't take anything negative. So yeah, that's the story. I think I covered it pretty well. Long story short, she's really old, and I'm just trying to give her a good life till the end. So that's what I got. We'll keep it short today. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.